basically is, God damn it. My mom's outside smoking, right? She hears somebody scream. So she asks my husband to go take a look, right? Because my mom's like 70.
Yeah.
And, and so my husband goes out, takes a look, and looks through we have a 6 foot tall wood fence, okay? He looks through, sees a guy on the ground. Comes back in. I find out because he comes into where I'm working, starts getting our neighbor on the phone, and he starts talking. He says, "Hey, neighbor, there's a man in your backyard, and he's face down." And I said, "Call 911." And I start grabbing my stuff, and I start heading that way. So I go, I go up to him, go to the backyard, go up to him, try to say, "Hey, guy, what's going on? What'd you take?" And not responsive.
You gotta know.
Yeah, not responsive at all. So my neighbor comes out finally, and he's an old man too. Like, he's almost 70 as well. And he's like got them on the phone, and he's like, "Hey," and we start explaining what's going on. The guy starts convulsing, yada yada. We start explaining to the cop while they're on the phone what's going on, right? That we found this guy in the backyard. We don't know him, that he's ODing, like, clearly. And that, like, can we please get somebody here with some fucking Narcan?
Yeah.
And so they're taking their sweet ass time. And so we start going, because his yard, the alley part of it is open. Okay, he doesn't have a fence. My neighbor doesn't. So we're, in the alley, like, because the guy must have just, like, fell basically into the guy's yard, right? And so my husband goes one way to get the fire truck, and I go the other way to meet the ambulance and the cop. And so my husband runs up to the fire truck and sees it, and he says, "Hey, can we get some, like, Narcan or something? I don't know if you guys are doing something else, but there's this guy," and the fire truck's like, "Well, we're here for that call." And he's like, "Well, the guy's, like, seizing. Can we please get somebody's help?" And he's like, "Well, we were told there was a disturbance."
A little bit, because this guy's dying. Yeah, sure. All right.
And
that is disturbing.
And my husband's like, "No, he's seizing. Can you call?" And he's like, "Okay, let's go." Which I will admit, on the fire departments, at least, like, they were like, "Okay, let's just go in." Yeah. At least they aren't like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait for the cops to say it's okay." Like, so he is directing them. I'm directing the ambulance because they start pulling up, and the police. The cop gets out, and I shit you guys not, dude. I shit you fucking not. The first words out of this motherfucker's mouth is he looks at all of us and goes, "What are y'all on?"
Sweet.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
I just spent. I'm gonna be graphic for just a second, okay? I just spent 10 minutes watching this guy bang his head against the ground, filling his mouth with dirt, and I can't do anything about it. Yeah. Okay? And I hate being graphic like that. But imagine being traumatized for 10 minutes and then having some motherfucker come up to you and be like, "What are you all on?" First of all...
Just your dad's cock. Can we get this show on the road?
First of all, even if I was on drugs, which I wasn't, even if I was on drugs, that's not what you fucking say to somebody who's having a traumatizing moment of their life, bro. Like, that should never be the first words out of your mouth.
Counterpoint, if you're a complete asshole, sounds like the perfect thing to
say. Yeah, well, if you're a cunt that has a gun and a badge and qualified immunity, you're just an all-around piece of shit, typically, because you automatically think that you're better than everybody else. He automatically assumed that we were on drugs. He automatically assumed that he was better than us.
I couldn't pass the sexual assault question on the ass fabs. I said yes every time. He said, "Is it good?" So I'm clearly the right guy to answer this delicate situation. Is there an underage girl here that I could touch?
Right. So, I'm fucking pissed and I have ADHD and I don't have a filter, so I basically said, I was like, none of us are on anything and we found him like this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, he's not, and we don't know him, you know, like, we told you on the phone we don't know him.
Yeah.
And they kept asking us repeatedly, like, oh, so do you know him? And we're like, no, we found him like this. They're like, oh. Like, everybody acted even, it seemed like even the fire
More
department.
surprised.
Yeah, almost like we were lying to them because there's no fucking way that, like, there's any good people in this world that would just generally want to help somebody who is dying.
All right, how many of you had sex
Especially
with
like
this guy
in
before
their
he fell face
immediate
down?
vicinity.
For the last time, none.
Yeah.
So it was super fucking disheartening, dude. Like, I just felt like
Well, they thought it was. Yeah. Fuck.
I'm the
That's so
bad
terrible.
guy. You know, like, I'm the bad guy for helping this guy. And the cop is like, so I'm not kidding you. Between this guy's fence, between the fence and his shed that he has back there, I could have drove that goddamn ambulance through it. Okay? Like, it's fucking huge. And so he goes, well, how did he get in here? And I look at him and I go, probably the same way you did.
How did you get in here, sir? This is the riddle. Once
Jesus fucking, like,
once
blows
you
my
pass
god.
the riddle, then you will go to level 2.
Blows my goddamn mind. Blows my fucking mind. I was so pissed
Riddle me this,
at the
Batman.
end of that situation. I was so mad.
The victim was strangled to death, but the doors were locked and the window locked and everything was unbroken. How did the victim die? Tell me that, Batman. And you're like, they strangled themselves.
Yeah, and not only that, it's accusatory. You know, it's not even questionary like you're doing. Like, oh, it's not even sarcasm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just flat out dickhead.
Well, it's like when they pull you over on the freeway, and the first question is, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" If they're not asking you that for you to like justify your actions, they're hoping you'll fucking, you know, they're hoping that you will incriminate yourself so that they don't have to do anything.
Yeah, they don't have to even think about it for 4 seconds. Oh, son of a bitch, this guy's fighting us. I would
Oh, man.
this is I'm sorry, this is a dumb aside, but like literally, like, do you know why I pulled you over? Well, no, I don't. And they're like, he's resisting arrest. Like, they're just literally like, they're like, we're out of excuses. I've tried everything. I tried nothing, and I'm all out of ideas. I didn't think very hard about this.
You know, right before I quit driving when I'm too fucking old, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna like stuff a garbage bag full of like leaves or some shit in my trunk and make it look like a dead body. And then drive around and wait until I get pulled over and be like, oh, do you know why I pulled you over? It's probably because of that dead body in the trunk.
It's, you know, and then when the cop opens it, that's when the kerosene-laced bomb goes off.
Just go out in style, just like, yes, I took one out with me.
I can't go to the sex store anymore. It's time to die now, dearie. And somebody's got to go with me. It's got to be you because you showed up. What a fool you were.
Guess you shouldn't fuck with little old ladies now, should you?
Yeah, that'll teach you to be nice to a little old woman and be a dick. I was being a
Hi, MJP. Hi, LG.
What? No.
Yeah, and sorry you missed out on me talking, but it's depressing anyways. So.
Is it about the thing that happened before that you posted?
Yeah, and how the cops treated me and shit.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Did go awry.
Well, he was just a cunt.
I was like, oh shit, it's getting real out here.
A long-standing policy on being pro-police. That's the one thing I know about MJP.
Oh, get this.
Fuck the police.
Get this, guys. Someone brought up the police at work.
Oh, hell no. They regretted that shit.
Everybody was was like, oh shit, he does really not like police. Holy smokes.
Well, and it was funny because I told my boss today, and it was through text, right? Like, I didn't actually physically talk to my boss.
Yeah.
But and they go, well, that was a reasonable question. I was like, no, it wasn't. Not after we told them what was going, because the cop. So what happened is when the cop came up, he said, what y'all taking?"
The
What?
first,
Fuck
I'm
him.
gonna be very generous here. The first time. It was the 7th time where it became unreasonable for certain. Somewhere in
Yeah,
there,
well, yeah,
between
and he
number
kept
1 and
Let me
number
guess.
7, it was
Let me
unreasonable.
guess. Let me guess. You fit the description.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
okay, I
around.
do. I kind of do
Around
because
it's fitting the description.
The
I'll,
description is having a pulse.
Yeah.
well, not only
Yeah,
that,
right.
I work in my pajamas, dude. So yeah, I look like a fucking crazy cat lady out there or some shit. You know, I'm in my fucking pajamas,
You're
and
running
I
for
have
president now.
Yeah.
I'm covered in tattoos. So I don't have makeup on, and my hair looks like I just fucking woke up because I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
So you're not
damn
a
it.
human being?
Oh, that just reminded me, dude. I gotta call.
I am trash.
I gotta call from my work. I gotta call freaking. I gotta call one of the other departments. Be like, yo, did your employee file a claim on this day? We had a
So
we had a caller call in, right? And the caller called in. It's a dude, and the dude's like, my name is so and so, which is the name of a black woman who might work in my particular state. And they're like, what ethnicity are you? And they're like, I'm white. And I was like, huh. You know, I was gonna let the voice pass because we're in a new era and things are different than the old man might think of. You know, we're gonna give that one a pass, but I'm pretty sure, and I'm gonna use the most stereotypical name for the sake of argument here. It wasn't that stereotypical, but I'm pretty sure Shaquanda there is not a white dude. So, what do you do for a job? What do you do for your job? Oh, I'm a sales manager. Yeah, at a government office, you're a sales manager, huh? That thing we don't have any of. They're in my union. I know every job they have. You know what they don't have there? Fucking sales managers. I was like, neat. Okay, cool. Yeah, keep them talking. I'm gonna go. So I gotta go call this other department and be like, yo, did your employee file a claim as a white guy by chance? No, she didn't. Excellent. Wonderful news. She's a victim of identity theft. Tell her to call this number. By the way, we're gonna have that claim denied right now. Not getting paid. Not getting a red cent from me, friend.
Excellent.
Yeah,
definitely was not Shaquanda Martinez, okay?
yeah, definitely was not. I'm pretty sure Shaquana Martinez's maiden name is not Zhao Yi. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was like, okay, because people are like, the person I'm working with is like, I'm pretty sure this is, and I'm like, listen, okay, I'm just gonna say it, right? Some trans people's voices aren't necessarily passing right from minute one, so we're not gonna push that issue. Okay, we're not pushing that today because we don't need the headache if we're wrong. We just don't need it. However, when your mother's maiden name is Zhao Yi and this black lady has now become a white dude who says they're a woman, which is different than a trans person. I know haters will disagree with that, but they are distinct. I was like, yeah,
I'm
okay,
racially trans.
yeah, I'm racially, I'm transracial now, like
Transracial.
Dolezal.
Well, I'll be
I
100%
am.
honest with you. I would almost if I was, because I'm non-binary, but if I was trans, I would hope that somebody would stop a transaction and being like,
The
oh
transes have too much now. They
Yeah,
got
no,
Trans
no,
Union.
I mean
They got the
because like
transatlantic neighborhood. They got
transmission.
a whole transmissions,
transaction.
transactions. The
Transformers.
trans agenda has gone too
Transformers.
far.
Are
Yeah.
you putting
I got
transformers in my
Autobots.
electric grid? What the fuck is this?
Autobots and Decepticons.
What the fuck is this?
Listen,
My
God created Autobots and
Well,
Decepticons,
here's the thing.
not Autocons and Deceptibots.
Here's the point to that. We're like, and I really don't care. Like, I honestly, this is one of those things where I don't care in both directions, right? Because we do live in an era where there is an anticipation that somebody who sounds like a woman could be a dude. Just because you're
Sure.
here to your woman, it could be a dude. Likewise, they could not identify as either, and our system is not actually very well equipped to handle that outcome. because we kind of have to make
Not
them
even
go
a
off
little
the birth
bit.
certificate. We're not
I have
very
an
well
idea.
adept. So,
I have an idea, guys. We should just bring in people who are gonna make things worse with guns. That's what we should do, right?
definitely what you should do right this second. So,
And
like,
qualified immunity.
so
And
when
qualified immunity, yeah.
when it comes
Don't
to
forget that.
stuff, definitely need that. So when it comes to that stuff, I always say err on the side of caution and don't make that your factor, because
Err on the side of caution.
caution. It's cautionary because like the thing is you don't want it like it would be better to let a scammer get by on that criteria than it would be to be derogatory to one trans person on that criteria. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
fair.
Well, like okay. If you knew the person was trans and denied the action, that's different.
They're not required to tell us if they're trans. They're not required to say that to us. So there's nothing that would immediately. I can suspect it, but like even suspecting it feels kind of icky in this era. So it's just easier not to have the fight. It's just easier.
Well, true, but I mean, you could tell you, but like you said, you could tell that it was
But
somebody being fraudulent.
well, what I said to my person, because that was the thing that was going to tip them off, and I'm like, you don't actually know that on that criteria alone, so you can't make that kind of a statement. Like, I can't have you doing that as one of my staff members on that criteria alone. I said, start grilling them about the work questions. Start getting them on something that is neutral to their identity and existence, and then we'll go.
Exactly. Yeah, like the facts, not your feelings, you cunts.
That's
you can be a trans person, but you definitely can't have worked for 30 years in the government and not understand how the government works. That's just not a thing.
That's a fact. You can't.
Interesting thing. Trans people are actually people. It's in the word.
That's again. Well, that's why.
You
That's
got to
why I
treat
was-
them like people.
Yeah, like that's the thing that
Now
comes
you
up at
got
work,
trans
unfortunately, very
people.
often.
I'm
Like,
sick of all of this. Too many things.
everybody knows the supervisor is a piece of shit, blah blah blah. But like, we have a due process responsibility. So like, in that juggle, like number one, even if you suspect it at that stage, which you, again, I've already addressed, you should not be using that as your criteria for suspicion. That's just a way to launder bigotry through government rules, and that's not equitable. Even if that's your criteria for suspicion, even if that's all you had going, because we have plenty of wives call for their husbands and not follow proper protocol to talk about their husband's claim. We have plenty of ex-wives and ex-husbands who try to pull that shit. Time immemorial, we have to shut them down too once we catch them. So, you know, like that is something that happens just from cis to cis. That happens already plenty. Can't use that alone as a criteria, right? So what you do then is you start going like what I said, and this is what I said to the interviewer. I said, well, what I want you to do there is ask them the demographic questions again. Pretend we don't have the data on file. Ask them the demo questions again. And they're like, but we have those answers. I was like, yeah, let's just see if we get a consistent answer, because there's no way this black woman is going to become a white dude overnight. And sure as shit, she did become a white woman overnight. I was like, oh, okay, got him. Because the fun thing about the demo questions is those don't change. We don't send your name and your demo info. We separate those. I've seen.
So did they think they were getting like ahead in the game by saying they're a black woman?
Well, you can when you defraud the particular government system I'm in, you can secure a type of social benefit or insurance off of a fraudulent filing.
Oh shit! Okay, I get what you're saying. Sorry, I didn't realize. I guess I don't know what you fucking do. So I guess
That's
that
okay.
doesn't.
I don't talk about it on the show. I don't talk about it very
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. No, you don't even
wondering
have
if
to
you were
go
able to be
further.
doing that.
What's that?
I was wondering if you were able to be talking about this stuff.
Well, if you notice, I have to be kind of vague on some of the details, but the key point is like, you know, like when we're dealing with this shit at the state, like we have to like, there's certain things we have to do, you know, because like again, like we have the due process.
You know what?
Everything I literally do, right?
I'll put it out there. Dan is a hitman.
Mm-hmm.
Dan is a hitman. He works for Boeing.
That's hot.
He's also from Turkey.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Oh yeah, 55 years old and divorced.
Shh. Stop revealing so much info about me. Stop doing that.
I have to go into hiding now.
He always has his left hand in his pocket.
Let me. That guy was cool as shit. All right, that guy was.
Cool as shit. You got me there.
Literally was like I learned to shoot from John Wick movie.
Is that true?
I know it looks like
Uh,
it. That's,
I assume
damn it.
so, he
Sorry.
says.
Sometimes I'm really fucking gullible.
it's okay. I mean, like, I was convinced that was the case. Look at what he was doing. He was like, just you can picture him with a beer in that left hand and completely fine.
Well,
No
that
accuracy changes. Kuiper lethal vector. He's like, I'm gonna
what
come
was
up
that?
to the Olympics. I'm just taking second right now. Bam, 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 bam. You know, like everybody else is like doing all these weird stances, and they're like, I have to get in the zone. I have to be one with a bullet. He's like, oh, Sheila, I want my dog back.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, in that Japanese lady,
Yeah,
holy fuck, that was hot.
yeah. That's the freaking
Whew.
Cybertron warrior. He's like, she was like, I'm decked out. This is it. This is my big chance to show that Japan should have guns. We should have more guns. It's like, not
I
that
was
guy's just
like,
like,
God damn.
whatever. I got a day trip here.
So there's something like extremely sexy about somebody who can do something with their hands really well.
Yeah.
And I mean that in woodworking, I mean in paintings, it's like drawings and stuff like that. And the way that she handled everything, it was just so smooth and so like guitar. And of course, I love the guitar. So piano, anything like that. And there was just something super, super sexy about the way that she just handled her weapon.
Yeah, and I had to. This is the other funny thing, because my staff member. I think I told you guys a while back about I had that staff member who twice profiled like Mexican claimants, and they were specifically Mexican claimants, right? Like claimants who
Fuck
were.
this one. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
So the interviewer, and God love her, I'm like trying to be patient, but I was like, okay, going forward, when you suspect something like this, when you have something that arouses suspicion, I said the criteria you want to use it by is based off of this criteria, because any other criteria could be construed as a type of racial profiling, which would go against our due process requirements. You want to target on these grounds, not on any other grounds. And it is not only fine to target on those grounds, it is expected of you, because these are the grounds we want to catch fraud on. This is where we want to hit the fraudsters, to stop the fraud that is coming.
Yeah, like these are legit criteria. Everything else is just you being biased.
And then I got, well, I don't want these foreigners pretending to be white, and I was like, holy shit, do not say that to me. Never say that to me. That is the last thing you should say to me.
Did you say that?
I was literally like, yeah, that's why we're not going to do that, because we're not going to rack up an accurate profiling. We're not going to rack up a valid profiling complaint from our superiors in the Capitol and have that on our record. We're not going to do that. We're not doing that as an individual, and we're not doing that as an office. So we're done with that line ever again. Never say that to me again. Don't do it.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you said never say that, because I think that we need to shame these people more.
Well, I have grounds.
And you
know what I mean?
Well, I understand that, like, you and you have to.
They have to listen. Under normal circumstances, they are not required to listen. Unfortunately, we can't just do that.
So, no, well, yeah, but I think that the important thing is that you said it in such a way where you were like, "Look, this is how it is," yeah. But on the same token, you weren't like, "Just holy fuck, what the fuck did you?" You took a very professional stance with it, which is what you should do. So I commend you on that, but it was also very important to get the point across at the end, like, don't ever say that shit, because like people need to understand that is wrong, and that then they need to be goddamn shamed for it, even if it's professionally.
I'm willing to let this one die because you are really new and don't apparently understand what the government does all day. I'm gonna let that go. However, if I hear it again, I ain't letting it go. You got your record of discussion with the supervisor that says, yeah, they told me not to do that no more. You got that. You own it.
They told me not to be racist against the Mexicans, so instead I'm just going to be racist against the South Americans.
We're taking the blacks.
Found the loophole, jackass.
So, yeah, because I think that one of the biggest problems we're facing in America right now, and I think you all would agree, is that Nazis think that they can say shit and get away with it because they have.
It's not even the Nazis. The casuals. The casuals who normally like, I don't think I should say that, are like, well, the Nazis are doing it. Clearly, it's cool. No,
Yeah,
it's
so
not.
that's
the
what we need
casuals
to
like kids
shame.
and shit.
We
You
need to.
ever see a 6-year-old say that shit?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Oh,
You
I
know where
get
they
so
got it.
goddamn mad.
And yet, that kid
Oh, and I'm
can't wait
not
that
at the
chance to
kid.
nanny.
No, not at the kid, man. I'm ready to take mom outside. We're gonna have a talk.
Well, you got to lure mom in. See, that's the key part.
Oh hell no.
You got to lure her in. That's where you give that kid a whack in the face, and you're like, "You little racist." Listen, it gives you an excuse to smack a white child. It's pretty based in my book.
I would much rather smack a Karen. I worked in a retail store pharmacy chain for fucking like 6 years, man. I would much rather smack that Karen.
Well,
Oh yeah, no one wants to smack the kid, but
well, okay,
Let's see.
some of us.
Hang on.
Hold on, I gotta contest this statement right here.
because I just don't know how much I can pull my punch.
Okay, back in. All right, good, agree. This is the
That's when you get your motherfucking pimp hand out, dude.
The open palm, yeah, no marks.
Back. Gotta get
They'll
that.
go- They'll do a 360 flip in place.
Hey, kiddo.
Bring them to then you take it, but first you take them to the baby aisle and get that baby powder on your hands.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you slap the shit out of them.
That way they know you did it.
It changes their life. They realize that people can get slapped.
Yep.
Well, no, but watching your mom get the shit kicked out of her probably wouldn't be very fun either. But yeah, I think we really.
They're always bad to begin with.
Nah, we're in a market society. You go for the kid first, and if the mom has a problem, you reinforce the behavior. You reinforce the negative. You know what I mean?
If the mom was a mom, they would have stepped in to intervene before you even had the chance.
Exactly. She's already doing a bad job.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Oh shit!
I guess you shouldn't have said that, huh?
Instant spanking. Instant spanking.
And then when the husband rolls up, you scream Castle Doctrine, and you just bam, 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 bam. What now?
Turkey.
Yeah, you just turn into the Turkish guy, the Turkish hero.
There was one
All of a
time
sudden,
when I
the
worked
song
retail
from
that
Terminator plays. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry,
shit.
Farmy.
You're okay.
Nah, I'm just gonna be depressing again. It's fine. There was this one time this lady brought her kid in and they didn't have insurance and their kid was sick and needed antibiotics. And the mom looked at the kid and goes, "See how much money I had to spend on you?"
Oh,
And I never wanted to slam somebody's face into the counter harder.
everything. I don't know, man. I get why she said it, but like, to say it.
No. It was. You should have seen the look on her face and everything too, dude. It was fucking serious. It wasn't a joke.
Well, yeah, they're probably poor. I mean, we got no money.
Yeah,
That's
but like,
trauma.
that is so fucking no. You don't do that. It's so fucked up.
No, of course you don't do it, but it's like everything about this is bad, and capitalism just.
What
gross.
part of human beings thinks they won't do it?
Yeah, so then you take your frustration out on something else than your fucking kid. You know, like you call it your friend and be like, "God damn it, my poor kid is fucking sick
kid.
and I can't."
Look, I didn't say it was good. I'm just saying, like, I understand where that impetus comes from because that shit is expensive and like.
No, and it was like $70 total, so it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't like. It's not like she's walking out with $1,000 worth of stuff, which I've seen before too. You know,
Yeah,
so
but you gotta add up the whole expense. They gotta eat. They gotta have a roof over their head. You know, all that stuff. They gotta have school supplies.
Liquor
You know.
for their stomach.
Yeah. And then
And to
insurance.
keep them warm.
Yeah, you can't just let them freeze.
Well,
All that stuff
Johnny
costs
Law
money.
gets real on your ass about letting them freeze. Yeah,
I know. God damn it!
And there's no take backsies. You can't just be like, I can't. No, I'm done.
Are you telling me I should go unchain mine from the doghouse then?
I mean,
Oh no, that's
nobody's
fine.
telling
The
you how
doghouse
to
is
raise
fine.
your kid. Calm down.
You gotta give them room to move around. You know, gotta try to educate them. It's a lot of work.
Money for
Oh,
buses.
there's like a little TV out there. She's fine.
You can't just cage them in the basement.
You can't.
That's how you get CPS down there.
They know
Don't
not
do
to
it.
come back.
Don't do it. That's gonna cost you more money. Now you gotta go to court.
They got to catch you.
Everything's a transaction, right?
And now suddenly it turns into Waco in this motherfucker.
Yeah. Now we got guns a blasting, guns a
Yep.
blazing.
All because somebody couldn't keep the goddamn mouth shut.
Well, if fucking
Look at you wanting more than one meal a day.
Aw, baby wants his insulin. Baby wants insulin.
if my
Next thing you're gonna-
FBI agent Jim would stop listening in on all my conversations, I wouldn't have this problem.
Next thing you're gonna tell me you want clean water. Come on.
Oh, now you don't want to drink last night's bath water because you're expensive. Stupid fucking kid. Oh, I'm sorry.
Look
you
at Mr. Moneybags
won't
over
just
here
reuse
with
your
clean water.
bandages? Ugh. Look
My
at
kid,
the
I-
kids over here. I
You're gonna
want
expect
clean
some
drinking
soap. What is
water.
this?
My kid, I absolutely love my kid, but tonight all she wanted was garlic sticks for dinner, and I thought to myself, I'm so glad I only had one.
That's them, all right.
Thing but garlic sticks will do.
That'll do, small child.
Well, it's so she's autistic, and so she's got like, well, I mean, I've got it somewhat too with ADHD.
Yeah, it's usually-
different sensations and eating and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, so it's hard to get her to eat well-rounded sometimes, but you just do what you can, and
Yes,
you know, at least
radiator until she learns the hard.
right, you know, just it only gets to 100 and 5 here every day lately.
Exactly. All you have to do is turn it up like 2 degrees. It's barely an expense.
Would you say the saying that is accurate, that it's everything that everything about you amplified to the worst?
They say that. I don't know. If it,
No, because honestly, I see a lot of things that she's actually a lot better at than I am.
yeah.
And I mean that in a very honestly, I'm not jealous. I'm honored. I'm proud of how far she's come, because she was only saying about 10 words when she's 3. So we weren't sure if she was going to ever actually talk.
Yeah.
Hmm. And now she never shuts up.
Yeah, but that's okay. I still love her. Oh man, and she drops the F-bomb like a sailor. It's hilarious.
That's usually how that goes, yeah.
It's so funny because like we were watching Knuckles, the TV show
Yeah.
on Paramount, and she was making that shit in MC-17. I'm not even kidding. Like she's like, "Oh shit! Oh, what just happened?" And I'm just like, "God damn! You just took PG to like."
Did Spike Lee write your dialogue by chance? How about Viv? Viv write that? It sounds like a
Quentin
Viv.
Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino wrote it.
No,
Yeah,
he
it
didn't
was
say the N-word.
hilarious. And like, if you've seen their shit, it is some of the most wholesome shit I've ever seen. Like the guy
It
that they
really
got
is.
to do the he's just like this big kid that like
Yeah, Idris Elba.
no, that's not who that is.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Idris Elba.
Oh, at that voice Knuckles. No, I'm talking about the actual human guy that plays in this.
Idris Elba.
Like,
No, it's a white guy. It's a generic white guy.
No, I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
Idris Elba in white pants.
but yeah, like he's like a he's your generic Jew,
Okay.
and
Well, okay, all right. I mean, I think we're all.
well, no, they really are Jewish. They have like a whole Jewish. They sit down and have
Time.
Oh my God.
like I'm not lying. Like
Elba was Jewish.
That's the twist. You can't have just a regular generic guy. He's got to have a little twist on it.
The
And I
twist
guess
is-
Jewish is enough.
The The twist is he's a Jewish man.
Yeah, he's a Jewish white dude.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's yarmulke, because the whole thing is like they're trying to get to this bowling tournament so that the
Teach
dude
disciples
can
about
bowl
Judaism.
against so he can bowl against his dad and win, right? Because his dad left him as a kid. And his fucking yarmulke has bowling pins on it.
Jesus Christ.
Like, and this guy's
Wow.
yeah, this guy's like
That is
30.
wild. That is fucking wild.
That's something we do. No. It's fine. That's nothing. That's all right. That's actually that's a thing.
That's a valid plot point.
Yeah, that's a detail to bring the realism home.
And his mom knows like Krav Maga.
Yeah, that's it. His mom is
So she's a part of the idea.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Mossad. Yeah, that's
Knuckles in the Knuckles in the genocide.
Knuckles is
Idris Elba
elevated.
has a really
What's that?
complicated. I didn't know Idris Elba had this complicated.
You're cutting out, buddy. What's up?
No, I didn't know Idris Elba was such a fucking multifaceted actor.
Yeah.
I know, right? So is Jeffrey Combs.
That's the guy. Now he's the white guy from Reanimator.
Oh.
He's like in every fucking like Star Trek.
Yeah, and he was in Reanimator.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was Herbert West, and he was in From Beyond. I can't remember the character's name, but he was in From Beyond as the guy who like has to stop the evil villain who's letting the creatures in from beyond. It's Tubi, man. Tubi has all his movies, and it's delicious.
That's funny. But yeah, the
It's
joke is like
again.
it's like you look at a scene and and they're like, "Oh, which one of these people is Jeffrey Combs?" In Star Trek, because he played like 15 different fucking people, and he played, I think, in like Next Generation, in Voyager, in Deep Space Nine, like.
He was also in Babylon 5, so.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Lest we deny the man his credits.
Did y'all because y'all from that time? Did y'all watch that show fucking Lex? It was on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Not gonna
Lex.
lie, it's on my to-do list.
So I've caught bits and pieces of it. It's just like
You might appreciate this, Drew. I've been catching up on the Cube franchise. LG.
He's just been listening.
Yeah. He's probably furiously typing right now. Oh hell yeah!
Is he?
No, it sounds like him though.
It would be him. Hell yeah! Oh look, everybody! LG showed up. Here we are. I'm gonna go make a joke about fucking a manatee now. You ever heard one of those? And here's our nuclear power plant where we have a lot of gay
Well, why
sex.
does manatees have to be so hot?
I'm just saying, it's that the only thing melting down there is it's not just the manatees, it's also the vapors. If you catch my drift. Delicious slice
Heavens
of
to Betsy.
Heavens to Betsy.
Well, aren't you just as sweet as apple pie?
Aren't you just as sweet as apple pie, getting fucked up the ass by a walrus?
So Robert go ahead, I'm sorry.
Accent. I did, honest to God, man, like that, like, I don't tell him this. I hope he doesn't actually hear it. That's what kept him on the show the first fucking week. I was like, okay, his accent's awesome. He's in. He's here for life. That bitch ain't getting out of this one because goddamn is that a wonderful accent. That southern drawl he has. Just, like,
well, and so
hey y'all.
The other thing I'll say about LG's accent is it's got more of a smoother sound to it. Like there's a rougher sound, like
he doesn't have the voice.
Right, like it's almost like the Creole type Southern, that type Southern, not the cousin fucking Southern.
It just, you know what it makes me want to do? It just makes me want to move down there and just spend all day just harvesting sugar on his plantation
Did you put
Without
money
a
on that?
care or a civil right in the world.
Well, I'm not saying his cousins didn't fuck. I'm just saying
on a
his
scale of
voice
1 to
doesn't
10.
sound. Of course, his cousin fucked. He's white.
Gotta keep it in the
Don't be so sure.
But when I was X-Men, the original cartoon from the 90s. Okay. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na, yes,
Alright.
but not the new remake. It had, of course, Gambit and Rogue, and they were like a thing, right?
Yeah.
And holy hell, did I not like have a major crush on both of them
Yeah, sure.
for their southern accents.
Every bi person's origin story.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, in real life, the ones with the southern accents are just gross.
Yeah.
Right? Oh man. So Robert Evans.
We're doing a thing.
Robert Evans did a really fucking post. He said, I don't support gendered sports. All athletic competition should be done in pitch black. Athletes matched randomly by computer, then entered blindfolded. Neither competitors or the audience know who is doing what. Just blackness and the sound of sweaty muscles slapping together.
Hell yeah.
And somebody said, way to defense trans weirdos, pussy. And he said, sorry, can't hear you over the sound of how much I just came in your dad. And I fucking laughed for like good 2 minutes on that one. Thought that was pretty funny.
That is our line of humor. We're suckers for a good one. It's a good setup. Sorry, dude.
Good setup.
Sorry, dude. Sounds like your dad and I are getting it on again.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that Robert Evans is bi.
Yeah.
So they like just see him as this like redneck gun freak that's a leftist, right?
Yeah. Antifa
redneck gun freak. And yeah, which I mean that's kind of true too.
Antifas. He joined the Antifas, guys.
Yeah.
All the Antifas.
I'm not even kidding, dude. There's so many people like so he went to the RNC, right?
Yeah.
And there was a picture of him standing with like two other people that he works with outside it was two of his associates. Like it was his boss, like kind of boss, but not really. And then
was it
like
Strom Thurmond?
And they're at the Heritage Foundation celebration, whatever, there. And some dude writes, "Oh, that's that Antifa Robert Evans. You need to get him out of there." And yada yada. Like they act like Robert Evans is like the fucking Antifa super soldier or some shit, and it cracks my ass up.
That's him. Get him out of here. What if he knows how to shoot a gun?
Well, the funny thing is he's originally from Texas, and the really funny thing is he, of course, being from Texas, he grew up very conservative. And when he was in high school, he used to debate, and he would debate as a conservative because he was conservative at the time. So he knows all the conservative points because he debated them in high school.
Yeah. That's how I know half of them. The other half is just like observing them being like, I want my dad's dick so bad.
Did he also eat a baby?
I don't know, baby.
Baby back ribs.
I mean, he is bi. He could have ate like 1 million babies, if you know what I mean.
But you can't say that he didn't eat a baby.
Can't say that he didn't.
Can't say that he didn't. Got him, fam.
Maybe he had some dude jizz in a condom for $1. I don't know.
Sources are saying that might be true.
It may or may
it
not
might not
be
be true. We don't know. We don't actually have good reporting on this because we were too lazy to find out.
We don't have the budget to do it.
Yeah, I'm not getting paid for this shit. Fuck off.
No, you're doing great.
It's true because I said it is.
Yeah. It's true because otherwise it would make us look bad for lying. So it's true.
But legally, these are not jokes.
Legally, these are not jokes. This is a warning. 1776 is coming. We got to make sure to get the tax rate down to 1.7%. Otherwise, Otherwise, the
God.
tax rate won't match inflation, and the globalists will
Baby,
take
mate.
over the world. Now to our sponsors, 18 billion companies that make guns and rifles and coffee and enjoy tax breaks and migrant labor.
You totally reminded me that so on my other Twitter account for my podcast,
Yeah.
I've been going through and following all the chuds, right?
Sweet.
And one of them has been Alex Jones, and man, I mean, this motherfucker's always unhinged, right? Like that's just his personality. But of course,
Yeah,
he's
it's just
been real
Alex Jones.
goddamn unhinged lately.
We wouldn't want Jonesy out the other way. That's what we're here for. We're here for just mentally ill Alex Jones posting.
Inside job confirmed. Secret Service was ordered to stand down on July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania, by acting director Ronald Rowe has been caught in a massive perjury before Congress.
Sweet. Excellent. Definitely say that, Alex. Say that more. Say more of that exact thing.
Please get sued again.
Please. Begging you to get sued again, dude. It's going to be so funny.
I mean, oh.
Go to jail
God.
for saying that shit, please, dear God. That would be awesome.
And then, Kyle Rittenhouse was pretty fucking funny too.
Oh, didn't he disavow Trump and then was like, oh shit, wait, they like Trump. Sorry, I'm stupid. I'm fat and stupid. I'm dumb.
Yeah, like here's a picture of a suit with him and Trump.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker, for somebody who's made it rich on murdering people, he sure ain't killing it in that suit, that's for sure.
He actually hasn't really made it all that rich either. I don't know if you know that, but he's really bad at his job.
Well, he's made more money than I have. So
that's actually kind of debatable. Are we talking lifetime earnings? Because I think it's the same number.
No, not lifetime earnings. Like this, he's a kid. He's like what, 22?
Yeah.
23?
Yeah, so he really hasn't. He got paid one time and then he fucked it all up. And then he got paid another time and he fucked it all up, and now they don't pay him for that no more.
Well, but he has his own line of like fucking.
It's not in the red. It's not in the black.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
He's not very talented. He's a fat white kid who was only bred to be a race warrior by his fat, awful mother, and she didn't teach him to do anything but murder black people, and that's not marketable unless he can pass that police exam, which right now he can't. And it's entirely due to his weight. I'm sorry, we're just gonna have to go through it.
That is not true. The cop that fucking showed up yesterday, that guy was like 3.
Remember, you only have to pass that test one time.
That guy was 3 Kyle Rittenhouses.
Yeah, he probably was, but he only had to
3 times the man.
Did he have cankles?
Well, his nickname was Cankly Joe at the academy, so you tell me.
Was he Officer Cankles?
He was.
Luckily, he had pants on, so I don't know.
They called him Prankles Cankles. You tell me what we're working with here, people.
Did he just look like that wagon wheel of cheese guy?
Yeah. I mean, like when you think that guy was large, like imagine Jupiter. And
Or did he look like Mr. Mucinex?
From the distance of Jupiter. And like
Officer Mucinex.
Officer Michelin tire dude.
Yeah. Officer Michelin.
He wasn't that bad.
Well, all I'm saying is this.
Chris Farley? Probably Chris Farley.
Okay. Officer Farley. Okay, yeah.
When you're talking about how large this guy is, I just want you to envision things that could block out Jupiter from the distance of Jupiter, and you're starting to get there.
We can go with Officer Farley. I just got to do something to humanize him.
When we're talking about how large he is, he has a gravitational pull in the magnitudes of like Neptune. So you tell me, how are these astronomical jokes doing? They doing all right?
It's got like microgravity.
Yeah, except replace the word micro with
how?
macro.
How do you move the moon? It's the moon.
Thanks to him being alive, the moon is moving closer to us 1.8 feet per year instead of away at 1.8.
Well, honey, you see there's this thing called gravity.
And this man generates a large S of it. while he's eating
He's the
donuts
whole
and harassing.
We're all afraid. We're all afraid when he dies because we're terrified we're all gonna float out into space.
Yeah, we're afraid. We're afraid that when he dies, we're gonna have a scene like the Reno 911 where they have to figure out how to move his carcass. That's all I'm saying.
No, Jesus. Yeah, no, it wasn't that bad, but it was where I like, and so the whole reason I didn't bring up his size earlier because it doesn't fucking matter, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. He's a piece of shit. You can.
But it's a
You just have
Yeah, it does. Because if he's a lard ass and a dick,
Yeah, he's a
you
lard ass
know,
and a dick.
well, and
He
I
is,
it
he's
mean,
kind of
kind of a
explains a
crap
little
controller.
bit. It kind of helps the story. It helps tell the
and
story.
he wasn't white.
The devil's in the
Really?
details.
Now that's
See, that's what I'm talking about. We need the details. What else? What else we got?
Black
I'm
Pony
thinking
showing up
I
in a white
didn't.
cloth, huh?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't catch his name because I was so like caught up in everything,
You
and I
didn't?
didn't
Well, we know
fucking care.
it's Officer Farley now. We know that much.
Yeah,
Um,
Officer Largington?
I'm gonna guess he was Hispanic.
Really? Well, white Hispanic?
I'm guessing. If not, he's a wannabe white Hispanic
Got it.
because that's what it felt like. You know, he felt very white.
It'd be amazing if he was like, okay, the way to sneak
Well,
into
yeah,
the country
they got.
is
I
by
see.
just
I
being
know the
the
type.
most racist white guy ever. They'll never see that coming. So he's like, he shows up and he's like, what did you take? And then,
No, he didn't have an accent.
no, but it would be funny if he did, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, he did. He didn't have an accent. He sounded very white. He could have been one of those Hispanic people that hate themselves.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
remember,
probably.
white
He's got to.
Hispanics.
He's got to really do a little extra bigotry to fit in with the white boys club, right?
Remember, white Hispanics come from the colonizers. That is just white supremacy. Don't overthink that one. Just saying.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
Anyway,
it was.
no, I just imagine it's really funny to me. He's like, if I sneak in and pretend to be a cop, literally nobody's gonna be allowed to question me because then I can just shoot them. He's like, this is the best plan I've ever had, and it just works. He gets a pension and everything, and at the end, he's like, you fools, I violated ICE, and they're like, no. And they're
I
like, yeah,
knew it.
I can see. Damn, he got us.
No.
Shoot him. It's just real terrible. I don't know. I find it hilarious because like that's what I would do if I was like trying to like jump the border. First thing I'd do is like, bam, I'm gonna pretend to be a cop. They'll never see that guy because he'll be like, excuse me, I just came here to civil forfeit assature.
I love that civil forfeit. Forfeit that ass to me now.
You will forfeit your assature to me. I will take your assature. I take it because I believe you are part of cartel. And they're like, damn it. I can't tell if he's a dumb cop or if he's faking. I don't know. They talk like that routinely. Shit. Fuck, I wish the police were more competent, and that way, you know, we could have like a line for to measure this against. I don't have it. I don't know what to do here. On the one hand, I don't think he's a cop. On the other hand, he did want his ass up my civil forfeiture. Shit. I take your civil forfeiture asset now.
He was carrying handcuffs, though.
That's just what he's into.
That's just that is
Right. That's the point.
yeah, definitely. So you're like, that's inconclusive. That doesn't tell me anything. This tells me nothing. God damn it. I don't know if this guy's a cop or not. I'm just gonna give him all my money like I was trained to do. And he's like, yes, I take this home. Soon we will have food.
I like how the cops turned into Borat.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yes.
Yes, your money I like.
You did not know this, but
Yes,
what
I
will
like your
do-
money very much.
I like the money very much. What I will do is pretend to be a legal Mexican when really I am a legal Slav. Never see this coming. Oh. Luchenko, you are so clever.
You're a genius.
You are
Very
genius.
nice. Very nice.
You are genius. Okay, alright. Yeah, I'm police. I have come here. My name is Officer Sergio Martinez. You will show me your penis. I am from originally the Guadalajara, Mexico. Yes? Yes, that is where I am from. You show me your penis. Just a Russian man who keeps getting arrested for
Rub
impersonating
on it a
police.
little.
I don't touch it. I just want to look. Show me your penis. I see if there are drugs by your penis. You see.
And now he's turned into Mario.
Yeah. No, it's me, Luchenko. I'm an Italian man. I pretended to be the Slav who pretended to be the Mexican, and then I get all the pasta. I'm not trying very hard right now to keep these voices going, so like you gotta forgive me on that. I am sorry.
Oh my god, I'm crying over here, dude!
I'm not bringing my A game tonight. You're getting all the racial stereotypes. Yes. Then what I do is I touch the penis. They never see it coming. Technically, that's Wario.
It's tell mama!
Yeah, my mom, she tell me, she said, you go to America, you touch all the penis. The cops, they just make you touch the penis there. They let you touch it. You just you say, hey, I'm a police officer. You show me a penis. They show you the penis.
I think we all can remember the Adam Sandler skit from back in like the 90s that was the cock and balls. Just play with your cock and balls for mama.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that one.
I'll play it after the show for you.
All right.
It's pretty fucking funny.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like after hanging out with you guys, I'm gonna have my PhD in white,
You will.
in white culture,
It's very
white cultural studies.
basically what you do. First, what you
I'm sorry.
First,
I
what
learned
you
about
do.
trailer parks. I learned about bombed out meth labs. I learned about racism. I learned about cousin
CP.
fucking. I learned about couch fucking. I learned about
Did you learn about ICP?
cum stealing. Yeah, I learned about ICP
My white friends teach
and
me
Taylor
well.
Swift.
They'll teach me.
And so now I'll
They're
teach you about
strangely,
Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
they're strangely not that different.
it's weird. You know it's
Tizzy,
sad.
get the fuck out of there. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You just know it's sad but true. Like that Metallica song.
I was
Are
gonna
there any,
say.
are there any phenomenons I'm missing?
Speaking of Metallica, did you know that song Sad But True, or not Sad But True, fuck. Hold on.
You got it. You got it.
So be it. The Don't Tread on Me.
Don't
Okay.
tread on me, the Libertarian song.
Okay.
No.
So you know
So
the part
be
where,
it.
yes, you know what I use.
Oh, this is the cancel doctrine invoked. You need to get off your own front lawn. So be it. Your kid is how old? I'm no longer interested in courting her, so I'm going to just rescind my writ of publication. Don't tread
So
on me. Yeah.
I don't care. I don't consent on me.
Don't consent on me. So be it. You've lost
But yes,
my writ of mark. Stay out on my mode. It's my fucking mode. I own those gators.
free market.
Those are my
So
gators.
I always thought that song said, Soviet, prend them all to secure bases, to prepare for war. Yeah, I thought it was literally like a Cold War type song.
Oh, it's almost. They're bitching about something. Stay off my sweet ass moat. You can't play anywhere near my moat. They're moat guys. I guarantee Metallica's moat guys. I'm just saying. I know I'm right.
All the modes.
All the moats.
Somebody took a picture of them like golfing, and of course they're like dressed in golf clothes, which like looks nothing. Of course, right? Of course.
The funny pants. It's awesome.
Golfing. That's what white people. Also, white people things.
A lot of white
It's
people.
pretty white.
It's pretty white. Scottish. It's like
That's almost as white as camping is.
camping is the most white sport. Hey, you want to pretend there's still something left to colonize? Yeah! Let's go out in the woods and shit in a bucket. Yeah! Let's get really drunk while we do it and be rude to the local flora and fauna. Yeah!
Hey, look, there's some fur. It must be Bigfoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
We go squatching.
Squatching
I'm over
is the true American sport, though.
I'm over here busting a gut because I love to go camping.
White people love some squatching.
They love some squatching. They love some squanching.
A little bit of
Squatch.
both, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Squanching.
What happens in the woods stay in
One
the
half
woods.
dozen of another.
I was just looking for a place to squanch.
I'm just looking for a free place to squanch.
Old squanchy over here.
I thought this was American. I could squanch here. You're on a bus, sir. When I feel.
Can I squanch in your closet?
I look up from my phone and I see you before me.
There's a
You
Loch
look
Ness monster.
disgusted, but I'm fucking horny. Unzipping my pants, I'm gonna be whacking. Cause when I'm on this bus, you know that's where I'm jacking.
Jacking it.
Yeah, jacking it on the bus. I do some oldies. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Not all of my songs are about having gay sex. Just, so I put it out
Most of your songs.
Some of them,
Some of them are
He
about
also
really-
makes money moves.
sexual assault on the bus. That's a good one.
I hate Woody Allen as a person.
Yeah,
He also likes to twerk it on that pole.
it's working on that pole.
But he did
Yeah.
have one of my favorite sayings, which is "Don't knock masturbation. It's sex with somebody I love."
Yeah, that sounds like
Hey.
don't knock me masturbating. It's sex with one of my teenage daughters that I adopted. See, that's like Woody Allen is I think is where I first became like, huh. I wonder if all non-white adoption is just an excuse to like do something awful to a non-white child and launder it through like, look how good a person I am. I'm so caring, don't you see? Adopted this child. That's kind of honestly, it's kind of what I think. Like, I know it sounds terrible. Like, I really worry about those kids that Brad and Angelina Jolie adopted. Like, somewhere deep, I'm like, man, I hope those kids are all right physically.
I'd worry more about Octomom's kids to be fair.
Yeah, that's bad.
What?
Octomom
What happened with Octomom? What'd she do now? Who'd she do now?
had 8 million kids. What do you mean?
Did she fuck?
Oh, I thought you were saying she was an octopus. Damn, man,
That
you're
too.
misleading.
Did she
That
do
too.
I'm expecting 8 arms
I remember her artistic work.
and a small beak in the center.
And I'm not gonna lie, I only know of Octomom from the porno. So, what'd she do now? What'd she do?
That's all
Well,
you
she's
needed to
got
know.
like 16 kids, and I don't think she's just doing it herself.
Well, surely she still has the porno.
What she's supposed to do.
Oh, you know what she's supposed
She's got
to do.
16 kids.
More pornos. You gotta get on that pole.
Have more kids.
They like.
That's
I
what
like.
kids. That's what people with kids do. They have more kids.
Just keep having them, stupid fucker.
They'd be like, "Hey, guess who's pregnant? I don't know. The person who has a bunch of kids."
Yeah. Oh no! Look, who's pregnant again? Is it Sheila with a 19 fucking child named some variant of Caden by chance?
With some K name.
Yeah, some K name, Caleb, Kanan, Con. What the fuck? I don't know. What's your fucking white kid? What's your new white kid's name?
Please tell me you said K Lube.
I did not say Caleb, but Caleb, Caleb, Caleb.
Did you say
That's what I-
Cayman?
K Lube.
Did you name this one after your offshore
Are
holdings?
there a fucking
Colony?
alligator?
Huh? How about that? How about your illegal offshore holdings in the Cayman Islands? You name one after that? No? Oh, that's not cute enough? That won't
My
look
brain
good
is
on a
like
fucking college application? I don't care.
my brain is thinking came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cayman Islands. Got it.
I was just gonna say that that's not a kid. That's an alligator. You got 15 kids and an alligator.
You don't even know what it looks like no more.
It didn't tip you off that they had a scientific name.
Yeah, you're just like, whatever, I don't fucking care. Oh, look, white fucking woman has 19 fucking kids, and she's made a fucking 17 posts about how she got inseminated like a cow. Her husband and her are in a competition to see which one can most look like a trailer by the end of the year.
You were gone for 5 minutes. For Christ's sake, 5 minutes.
Okay, but Jolene isn't a biblical name. Alright, Mary Sue. You get me? That's not a biblical name, so stop saying that. It's not from the Bible. And if you call somebody Jesus, Ezekiel, Jesus, you can't do it again. It's already stupid once. You don't get to do that
See-
twice.
So you're saying that when she's doing her probably OnlyFans, she should stop going, oh God, oh God.
Yeah, she'd probably stop doing that. That's not what he wanted you to be doing.
She was actually calling one of her kids in. You know, it was oh God
Oh,
is the
what was
name.
that? There was that fucking prime minister who was like, I watch porn with my kids. I was like, why?
What?
Yeah, this female prime minister.
Oh,
I watch porn.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I was
Everybody's like, what the fuck?
first off, I care that you do that. Stop doing it. Second off, why would you ever tell people?
That's like that fucking senator with the son who like monitors his porn.
Yeah, monitors his.
Well, that's
Oh,
also
yeah,
white people
that
shit.
guy.
If you didn't realize, it's also white people culture that I've learned. I learned.
Yeah, we've taught you.
I'm so proud of you for learning.
I
None
learned.
of it's useful. None of it's good. It's all shit. It's all dog
Yep.
shit. It's
That's
okay if it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah. You taught me that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
See, now I'm trying to think of black culture things that I've learned.
I know they take more than one shower.
Michael Jordan.
God damn it! Why is it like only the racist slurs I didn't know that you guys all taught me that I can remember? Jesus Christ!
That's all you need to know to be on the lookout.
I like Mayo Marauder.
Mayo Marauder's pretty good.
I don't know. Coal burner had me fucking. That was just like Jesus Christ!
That
Really,
one-
people?
That one's pretty fantastic because it's just like, what the shit? You'd have
Yeah. Well,
you'd have thought that would apply to the Holocaust, but nope, black people.
Right?
trains, like you like running a train on somebody, or maybe like that's kind of what I was thinking more so, because I don't know. I guess my white ass took it to trains. My white ADHD ass was like, oh, trains.
Yep. White people like trains. Yeah.
White people do like trains. Actually, I grew up next to a train that was like a tourist train.
And planes and trucks, especially trucks.
And nuts on their trucks.
Yep.
This number is not working.
Confirmed.
You're supposed to set this up. Where the fuck are the dads? Oh my god.
He called you bleachy.
No, he's
Oh, Bleachy.
Bleachy is our customer service guy.
Hell no, here,
Yeah,
guys.
he's the best customer service.
He's our mascot.
Yeah.
Fucking great at his job.
1-800-Gay-Dads. Hey, you guys haven't seen the scroller, have you?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you see it? Isn't it beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Juniper showed me the way she's doing it, and then I found an easier way to do it.
Oh, Bleachy in here.
It's pretty fantastic.
I set up like a stream thing so that way I can podcast and do a soundboard at the same time.
Sweet.
So I took a bunch of I used like Streamlabs and brought in like sources and did all that shit, which I had to learn about. Had to go educate myself.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Bleachy.
Alright, I'm going to round this on some magic posting. So, there's a set coming out called Foundations. And the point of it, you know where I'm going with this one immediately, don't you?
To be bleachy.
No. Foundations,
You got a Bleachy card?
not yet. Foundations is supposed to be the backbone of a format called Standard, the premier, which is supposed to be the premier way to play as a competitive player. It's supposed to have the prestige if you win those events. It's supposed to come with a little bit of gravitas and a little bit of like, you're famous in this community now because you did good at it.
It's just a dick measuring thing.
It's a nerd dick measuring thing. So the first thing they fucking
Yeah.
do is patch
Nerd
the board.
cred.
It's gonna have commander cards in it. The
I
standard
thought you were going to say nerd prank. Like cranking your hog.
I can pull
That's
it.
also good.
They're not even that good. Plus, you got to go back to some of the racist artists, and I don't feel like looking up their names to remember which ones are racist, where they drew like the weird hot porn women on them. It's not.
All of them.
Yeah, it's just too much effort. It really is. That's it. You know, I'm gonna be real. Too much effort for me.
Word.
Yeah, but they're just gonna put commander cards in there. They're like, you know what this set needs? A standard legal only set. The set that's supposed to, underpin standard for 5 years could use some commander cards. So the set's gonna be
Yeah.
a muddled fucking mess when you're like, I got a command tower, but I don't know where my commander goes in this
Great.
format. He goes up your ass, Fred. He goes straight up your ass. You're on the wrong fucking table, buddy.
Dude, I liked going to those places. I hate smelling those places.
Well, we
Yeah.
have, you know what's funny? Our content creators have been like, yo, listen, this is the real skinny. Before you come to Friday Night Magic, take a shower. We fucking have said it. And I'm saying it here. Before you go to Friday Night Magic, wash your feet and wash your balls and wash your armpits and brush your teeth.
Yeah, wash your asshole
Deodorant.
too. It's not gay.
Yeah.
Stop saying it's gay.
Unless you
Please
want
wash
it
your
to be.
It might be
butthole.
gay.
Yeah.
No,
It can
wash
be
your
gay.
butthole.
It could be. Don't,
Wash your
you
butt. I don't care
Don't
if it's
take
gay.
this away from me.
let's not,
Okay,
let's not make
be
it sound like,
gay.
yeah,
Wash your butthole.
be gay and wash your butthole. What if you gotta go out later? That's just a nice thing to do.
Because motherfucker, if your ass stinks, we can smell it.
Yeah. Plus, like, maybe you're getting laid later. You want that thing cleaned up. You want to speed up the process. You want to be wasting a bunch of time being like, oh, hold on, I got to go prepare. Like, nobody likes that shit. Nobody likes
Yeah.
when you're like, hold on, I got to shave my legs for the next 4 fucking hours, or I got to wash my asshole. Just be ready to go when you're going out. Plan on it. Because the worst case scenario is you'll just be clean.
Yeah.
The worst case
Life
scenario is
lessons.
yeah. And I'll tell you what, you're going to have better odds of getting
And the best case scenario is that you're clean and naked.
Yeah. It can only get better from there. Literally, if you're dirty, it can only go neutral or worse. But if you clean up that asshole, you clean up that puss, clean up them armpits, wash that dick, you might be getting laid. And if you'd stop playing fucking Commander, which takes 14 hours, you'd have time to flirt between rounds.
Slap some fucking deodorant on.
Slap some deodorant on those balls.
And get rid of the goddamn axe, please. Just put some deodorant on.
Axe covers all. That's white. That's what I learned about white people.
We literally do think it's magic.
They'd be like, soap, water? Nope.
Axe.
Give me that axe, bro.
Axe asshole spray. Clean your asshole. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Because a lot of people are like, I don't know how to meet people. Well, the first thing is to not smell like complete shit. And people will be like, I have a medical disorder. Well,
Brush your teeth too.
Does your medical disorder legitimately prevent you from washing your ass? Because if it doesn't, that's not relevant. You can have some sort of medical disorder and also smell like shit, and it's okay to take care of one of those things. The other thing you may not have control over.
Well,
Have you ever noticed when you walk in, people will ask if there's a wet dog nearby?
Listen, you're going out to play Magic the Gathering, so the default presumption is you are an autist of a severe disorder. And it's okay, because even if you're not that severe, they're going to think you are anyway. You're playing Magic the Gathering.
So there are like if you have diabetes, right? You can actually give off a sickly sweet scent. Now, saying that doesn't mean that you can't do things to help that. Okay,
it's not ableism.
I'm not asking you to be perfect.
I didn't hear sickly. I only heard sweet.
And we're not asking you to be perfect. I'm just saying, like, your clothes shouldn't smell like you've been wearing them for 3 days. Like.
Has he been wearing them 3 days?
Probably. That's the thing. Like.
It's not unheard of. And again, people will be like, you're being fucking ableist. You're not ableist for washing your asshole. You're just not. It's not ableism.
No, it's not.
Ableist.
It's It's not able. That's
Trying
the.
to help you. We're trying to help you guys.
I'm trying to get you laid.
But okay, if you need help with somebody, like if you are physically unable to wash your fucking asshole, that's one thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
You may need a
Gotta
not talking
inspect
about
your
that.
asshole.
My
We're
dick.
talking about the willful
Willful misconduct.
unwashing of asshole.
Yeah. When you're like, I know I've had diarrhea all day from eating nothing but Taco Bell at work. Should I wash my ass before I go play Magic for 9 hours? Definitely not. Well, you're kind of a dick, and that's why people don't like
Yeah,
you.
because you're gonna sweat like a motherfucker because you're stuck in a room with 50 other fucking dudes and you're all on top of each other, and then you're gonna get that swass going, and it's gonna be the worst fucking shit ever, and nobody wants to fucking be next to you, dude, because you smell like garbage.
You need to.
You smell like the literal landfill.
You need some
Actual
water. You
garbage.
smell like a
Actual landfill.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, like, this is the night we're gonna get a little real about it. Like, certain things aren't ableism, like washing your butthole. That's not ableism.
Sounds like ableism.
It sounds like ableism because somebody is just lazy. Because disabled people are not. Because here's the thing too: when people cry that, right? You know what I never hear from a disabled person? A
I
refutation.
can't be. Yeah.
A refutation.
Reputation
I
of sounding like
refuse
smelling like butthole.
I refuse on pheromone maxing. Is that not what you hear from them?
Yeah, don't pheromone max. Nobody likes it.
Who is that? Who is that? Tech genius. Could have used the advice. Like Apple or some shit.
Yeah.
He was too good. He was too good to wash his ass. Um,
Oh, Steve Jobs.
the Mac guy. Yeah. Him.
Meth thief.
See,
Yeah.
we didn't get to him in time.
He didn't wash his ass, and look what happened to him. Sons of Tree Air could have helped him. We're trying to help you right now. You listen to this episode in full, you get to this part, this is good life advice. Try washing your
So,
ass.
okay, I feel really fucking stupid right now, and maybe I don't get it. But how are people saying us people telling you to wash your ass is ableist?
Well, because like when you're like, well, some disabled people can't reach it, so they go, I found a hook to be able to make a false claim of ableism on a generic statement that where the subset only
They
applies to
can
certain
reach
people.
it.
Some legitimately cannot. You know what the counterpoint
Then-
is? Most of them can, and those ones,
And all of the
Yeah,
ones.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like,
and those ones wash their asshole.
well, I was gonna say, if
They
you
would love.
can't,
They would love nothing more than to be able to wash their assholes. Trust that.
They would like it. So when you're like, it's ableism, like you are literally not doing something that somebody else who could do it doesn't want to do, and you're lying about why you're not doing it. That seems more
Complete
ableistic.
misfire. Complete misfire.
yeah, okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was just really confused because I was like, dude, there's a million ways that you could fucking, like, you could literally, uh, bear that shit. You know, just put something on a stick in a shower and just rub your ass against it.
Or they'll be like,
Come
They
on.
got diapers.
the
They
other
got
one you'll
diapers
hear,
for a reason.
the other one you'll hear in this vein of concern trolling about you being ableist for telling them to do the bare minimum of operating in a society where it's closed-in spaces are a thing because there's fucking billions of us. Is they'll be like, well, I'm allergic to that, so you can't tell me to do that. Well, you can find an alternative, and if you'd really like me to help you find an alternative, I guess I'll take one for the team, because then we don't have to smell you.
Or you can find some soap that you're not allergic to.
I'll help you out. You could have done that, you know.
Well,
This is
and
Oh, you could use baking soda. You could use a sand bath.
there's a lot of people who never learned like basic hygiene. So like there's a lot of like vaginas havers out there that still think that you should just like totally douche the shit out of your vagina all the time. So I mean,
definitely get those infections ramping up. That's not a very specific tool for a very specific problem. That is just something you ought to be firing off in there and ripping away mucus and cells.
Every other day.
There was,
yeah,
I remember, I do not
I mean, if
remember the
it's
young lady's
completely
name,
sterile, right?
so this helps. But I remember there was this woman I knew back in like 2019. She would have been about 19. I would have been about like 22, right? And the one day her boyfriend and her were just having this fight. And he was like, "You're fucking pussy stinks. And she's like, I have a fucking medical issue. And I was like, you know, when you're like a 22-year-old dude, you're like, sounds like you just need to wash your pussy. And I'm like, she might have a medical issue, but the counterpoint is like, if you know you have that medical issue, like, I would just be like,
Okay, but was
yo.
the so the guy told her?
Like, they were just fighting, and he just started screaming in fucking public. So, like, it was already like, he's wrong for the venue.
It was bad to begin with.
Yeah, it started off bad, but then it was like, the sexist 22-year-old default where you think you're right, but you're really being sexist. You know what I mean? It sounds like you need to wash. And then, like, as I got older, I was like, sounds like you shouldn't have brought that up as a fair thing, because that was, like, really, like, how she was hurt. I was like, I'll believe that. The counterpoint is still, like, you can take a step to mitigate that, and you can just give somebody an FYI before they start doing the thing. Like, this might be a little bit stronger than you're used to. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's not, like, something contagious, where it is just, like, a disorder or some sort of chemical imbalance. But, like, you know what's funny is, since I never slept with her, that was information I didn't need. You know what I mean? So, like, he was still in the wrong.
Well, and
That's
so
Dan being judgy right there. That is some Dan judgmental bullshit right there.
as I think possibly the only vagina haver in this conversation, the other thing is like society has always like, or like just especially men, say, oh, vaginas are stinky, whether they do or don't stink. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it would be like, to me, I first thought that like he was just being a total dick, which I mean he still was being a total dick, but like that is just completely like saying something like that when
it's not
just
ableist, but
yeah.
clearly there's a sexism factor there that was just like on display for the whole world.
Right, yeah, and it's like, dude, I hate to break it to you, but like men act like their shit don't stink. It sure does.
Yeah, it's sweating down there all the time. You have to be.
Yeah, like
the old dirty penis.
Yeah.
Like, don't act like y'all smells like fucking candy canes and rainbows unless y'all just came out of the shower.
Wash your dicks, fellas.
Gotta wash your ass if you must.
Even if you gotta do it excessively. Overly excessively, just in that spot, fine, but just do it.
Well, yeah, and it's like you said, and just acknowledge, like, hey, but like there was a long time, and I'm talking about this traumatized me for years, where I am just now getting comfortable with letting my husband do that.
Yeah, let him have at it. Yeah.
Because like society was always like, oh, that's stinky, that's smelly.
That is a subset of women I've met too. That one always confused me because, like, for me, it's like, for me as from the dude, I'm like, yeah, there's a smell. Honestly, you do it anyway. You're not there. Like, am I in a fucking? Did I go to a fucking Bed Bath and Beyond here? Or am I doing something? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, it's just slight odor. As long as there's a slight odor or less, we're having at it. We're not thinking that hard about this.
Hygiene, motherfucker, do you have it?
Yeah, there's gonna be a slight odor. Your pants, you've been walking around in them, so if you wash down there, you put the same pants on because you're like, well, these pants were clean this morning. There's no reason to get whole new pants. Like, that's a waste of water to wash 2 sets of pants for 1 day's work. So it's like there's a danger of odor. So I just assume like this you just reciprocate that behavior and then you go at it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. This is a personal thing, not like a generic shit I hear from men. No, men are terrible. Yeah.
Well, and yes, of course it has an odor. Like, dude, you got like, I mean, and you get it. You're getting it. Like, you're understanding it because of what it is.
Everything has. Duh. That's not a real.
Right. Right. Like,
that's not a valid complaint. Everything has an odor.
I mean, come on. It's a fucking crevice in the body. Give me a break.
It's moist all the time.
Yeah.
You're having a severe medical problem, like Ben Shapiro's. Oh, we brought it back.
Come on. It's not all the time. It's only when Ben Shapiro opens his mouth.
Hey, I brought up his his dry wife's pussy earlier, so
No, that's why we
yeah.
brought it back around. That's a callback.
Uh-huh.
I'm teaching you guys right now. You gotta learn. That's a callback.
Honey, don't open your mouth.
Shh, shh. Ben, my boyfriend will be here in 10 minutes.
You know he has to give her the old hawk to him.
Oh man, did you see Bill Maher trying to groom that girl on live TV?
No.
Yeah, Bill Maher.
No.
What would it
Fucking
be
Bill
like?
Maher. Oh my
Isn't
Isn't she
god.
like 25?
20. She's like 22.
21.
And
Oh,
he's like
okay.
he's like
He's like
70.
60. That's
He's like, I can mentor you, in the business. Nothing
Oh,
bad has
Jesus.
ever come from that phrase. Ever.
He's like, I'm older than you and your dad.
If you and your dad and me were in a sandwich, I'd still be older than both. Bill, that's not.
It's not an appealing.
I don't know if you thought that was horny, a good horny move or not. That was your worst horny move.
It was good pillow talk, right?
And then he's like, then it's like 7 a.m. and he's heavily drinking, and he's like, yeah, so he's woozy while he's doing this. He's got the booze woos, which is, I don't know if anybody uses that term. That is a term I use, so you're welcome.
That is our
Boozy
term.
woozy.
That is our term as Jews. The Jews booze woos.
JBW.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made a fun rhyme, everybody. I apologize. I won't do that again. I know it's ableist because some people physically can't rhyme.
No fun allowed.
Look at every
That's
MAGA
what
rapper.
You're supposed to be a good conservative and have no fun ever.
Yeah, so he's like, you're just. I wonder what it's like to be a 21-year-old.
Fun is a degenerate construct.
Just having life by the balls, banging all the time, all those hot dudes spitting on you, and
Oh man, when
he's
Bill
like
Burr took
rambling
him.
off, and she's like getting more uncomfortable by the minute. She's like, yeah, I used to work in a spring factory. I used to have a job before the media. He's like, oh yeah, you want me to coach you in the media? That's okay. I'm cool. I'm doing fine. I'm all right. Please don't. She's like, you can see the sense of danger, and it's like, on the one hand, Dan Cohen, the humanist, is like, this should not have been allowed. There should be a government that prevents this from happening. Dan Human, the guy who likes accidental cringe humor, was laughing his fucking head off. Holy shit, dude. You went out there and did it. You just gunned for it, Bill. You just were like, I'm going to sexually harass a 21-year-old woman while I'm drunk as shit. So that if my wife gets mad, I'll be like, honey, I was day drinking again. It's the alcohol. It's not that I'm a pervert trying to sleep with younger women behind your back because of my inherent sexism. No, it's the booze, honey. It's the booze. So go get me some hookers. It's the booze talking. I want to go bang a whore. It's the booze. And I was just dying. I was like, fuck, I was all for it. I was like, this.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Blame it on the alcohol. Yeah, it was great. I was like, if I tried 1/10 of that shit, if I tried 1/10 of that shit, let me put it to you like this: there wouldn't be nothing you haven't told me twice. You know what I'm saying? Because those eyes would be so fucking black and swollen shut. I'd just get the shit beat out of me, and I'd have it coming. I was like, this dude is trying to be like, now that Weinstein's down, if I just badmouth cancel culture, I can rape the Hawk 2 girl. And she's like, I'm good. I'm okay. It's all right. You don't have
Without
to do
that.
You're not right. You're wrong because she has money.
Yeah.
Did you see when Bill Burr
Owned his ass.
fucking took him to church?
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Oh, Bill Maher? Oh yeah, he fucking wrecked him from the first opening of his mouth.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
You smug motherfucker! Shut the fuck.
You old bitch! Shut up.
yeah, we
I
should all
swear to
listen
God,
to
if I hear another
you.
word out of your mouth, I'll kick your ass.
We should all listen to you, you fucking podcasting motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
And we're not really exaggerating.
did you ever watch that TV show he made?
Yeah, I used to watch it. Yeah, back in the day.
It's actually pretty funny.
It is. It is. Bill Burr, of all things, is still pretty funny.
What the fuck is the name of that? F is for family.
But that's because he's not
Is that
not completely in an echo chamber, right?
No, his wife is black. So that at
Nice.
least helps.
I
That
got
at
a
least helps.
black
Sure.
wife. Dun-dun-dun-dun. That's how I say. I say the N word. We call it our joke.
No, I really
She
don't
moved
think
out
he
last
does.
week.
Like, I think she would fucking backhand the shit out of him if
Oh yeah,
he.
he can say it. Well, I mean that's the thing. That's the lesson we have to learn here. You can say it, but there are consequences
There's
for
gonna be
saying it.
consequences.
He's gonna go
Right.
home and get the shit smacked out of him.
My wife moved out
You think I
last
wouldn't know?
week
Smack. Think I wouldn't know, motherfucker?
over a stupid argument over that word that she says I can't
Well, and it not
say.
only that, like, I think Burr, like, genuinely believes that you shouldn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can find
Oh,
him.
imagine that.
I find him to be the kind of guy who would say it when he's yelling at somebody who's racist, and he would be like, "Okay, the word's out there, cool. I'm gonna say it now, but I'm also gonna make you feel bad about it, or I'm gonna do my damnedest to make you feel bad about it." So I don't know. Like that's what he kind of seems. Whereas like Michael Rappaport is like, I did a black thing one time, so now I get to say it and I get to declare who's what. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Burr would cross that line and like he'd be like, "No, I'm just saying. Like, oh, come on, you're gonna say the word, say the word." You know. Like I feel like he would be a bully somebody into doing it guy, and he'd be like, "See, I did it first. Look, I'm not scared. Look at me. I'm not scared. Why are you scared? What's the difference
Yeah.
between us,
Yeah, he'd
man?
be like, come on, say it with me now. Say it with me now.
Yeah, you're a big guy.
MJP's favorite joke.
Mm-hmm.
You think you could
I
say
knew
it?
it.
And he would have a cigar while doing it.
Yeah. Whereas like Michael Rappaport is definitely not afraid to say it, but he's also dropping it hot. Like in traffic, to a barista.
And
And not
they'll be
always.
like, and they'll try to figure it out later. They'll be like, oh, I don't know how he got away with it. How did he do it? Oh, it's the hard R. It's the hard
Yeah.
R. Okay,
He just said
that's
the
where
hard
you
R.
went wrong. You
Yeah.
shouldn't have did it with the hard R.
And like I also feel like he says it with a hard R in anger, and he still thinks it's like fine for him to do it.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee when Michael Vick did that thing, if I go back far enough, I guarantee he called Michael Vick the N word. Hard R, uncensored.
oh, Bill Burr did?
No, Michael
Censored
Rappaport.
hard R
Or,
action.
I can't promise that. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
The harder the R, the better.
so, do you remember when we were kids and there'd be like the Wile E. Coyote that would go to jump out of the airplane, and when he would jump out, he would have like his parachute would have been switched by like the Roadrunner or whatever, and so he had like rocks in his parachute,
Yeah.
Mm.
and then he would go to open it and he'd realize and yada yada. Um, yeah, I think that should happen to Michael Radport.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I think he should just die like he did in that movie,
Fallout.
in Fallout.
Yeah.
Oh, and Fallout, that was so great too, because like he was being such himself,
Yeah.
and he got fucking owned for it, and it was the funniest shit ever.
It was pretty great.
You gotta love when someone's so fucking disgusting that just them being themselves and getting killed is a cheering point in a movie.
So my husband doesn't follow like all of that stupid shit like I do,
Yeah.
and when I saw that part, I busted a goddamn gut so hard, and I had to explain to him like why and why, because like I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is just acting like himself. This is so funny."
I don't think he was ever cognizant of the fact that the reason they casted him to do that was exactly because of how they knew he would act, and he was like, "Oh, they just like my work." Yeah, that's it, Michael. They just like your work.
Yeah, because my name was Earl. You were such a fucking wonderful, awesome B character on a B show, which I liked. My name is Earl, honestly,
But
but
let's face it, were they watching
yeah,
Peterson?
fuck no.
No. No.
I was watching it for Jason Lee and thinking about mustache rides.
Yeah. as was the style of the time. I'm gonna watch Saw the Mole Man now just to hear that song again. Gonna take you on a mustache ride.
5 cents. Hey, if you just have like peach fuzz, you know, like, because everybody's got a mustache technically, right?
Yeah.
It's just more people who have more estrogen have just like peach fuzz, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Can you still give mustache rides? Is that still mustache rides?
Yeah, but how much were they again?